Alright guys, one of the things we're going to cover in class that you're going to need to probably review a little bit, because it's a little step above the skill set that we've already learned in class, is how to make badges, and that's going to be the next assignment. I've already have one sketched out here, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how I come about doing that. So I have both of my layers. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. The ribbon effect is done this way. Change the color to orange. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to add an anchor point here, and remember, adding an anchor point is done by selecting. Normally it looks like this, but if you right click, you can add an anchor point. If you just put it right there and grab your direct selection tool, off. You saw what I did. I'll reverse back out. When you drop your direct selection tool in the middle, when you drop your anchor point in the middle, you use your direct selection tool and you click on it. Because remember, direct selection tool is all about anchor points. So you click on it and then you just raise it up. Okay? And that's how you get that ribbon effect there. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out a little bit. And remember, we're all about layers. Okay, so I'm kind of done with that, so I'm going to lock it temporarily. And I'm just going to bring up my ellipse, switch color, hold down Alt. And now I need to move these two guys together. Trying to get it to match. Alright, so this is my first badge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to switch over to my text. And I'm going to put that right there. But I'm going to select from my fonts here. And I'm on my MacBook and I have Creative Cloud. Remember, we had this conversation about your version's locked down and you may not. Well, I know for a fact you don't have as many fonts as I do. So you're just going to have to choose from the fonts that you do have. I got however many fonts. Then I could still grab more if I needed them. So I just want to choose something that I haven't chosen before. This one looks good. Okay. And so I'm going to type out for our first place winner, of course. And I'm also using a tablet. I'm using a Wacom tablet while it's work, which I know you don't have the benefit of, but I have to use it because I'm used to it. I don't necessarily know about that color. Let's see. Sorry. Maybe I'll just change that color to white and see what it looks like. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so this is my first one that I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and unlock that. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Then I'm going to show you the process for what happens when you finish. Go ahead and select the whole thing. You can right click and you can group it. Or you can just do Control and the letter G as in George. And that'll group it together as well. Alright. So now that I'm done with this guy, I'm going to kindly move him over there in that corner. And I'm going to start on my second badge. And this is the other thing that we need to talk about today, or that we will talk about today, is typing on a path. Okay. When you type on a path, it means you type on a shape. And I'm going to create a circle here. And I'm going to move this circle. Now you'll notice that the circle does not have any color, does not have any kind of a stroke, right? So when you right click on T, which is text, and you go down to text on a path tool, and if you click right here, it brings up all the words around the circle or the ellipse, right? And so this is where you type out what you want. All right. So one of the things that you need to realize, though, about type on a path is that yes, you initially created a circle, but when you type on a path and you click your selection tool, right, you have these handles. And these handles move the text. Like this handle right here on the very far side of it actually moves the text to the top, to the bottom. But you also have these other handles, right? And these other handles move the text out specific ways as well. And this third handle dictates where it starts and where it stops. So grab that, move it back. And you see how I have it there stopping? I need to grab it and to move it down here. And now I can move my text there, right? So this one may take a little bit of getting used to. I think it took me a little bit of time to get used to it. But the handles are there to move the text is basically what you need to know. You can actually move this text inside of this circle if you needed to. And that's accomplished by maneuvering like that. See that? How the text went from there to there, and now I want it back on the outside. And there it goes right there. And now I just need to grab it. Whoops, I need to extend this one out. There we go. Yeah, that one will take a little bit of time, and you'll notice that as soon as I got done with my type, the circle went away. And that's because when you type on a path, you kind of sacrifice that shape right there. You can still see it if I highlight it, if I hold my mouse over it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to create another circle. I'm going to hold down my Alt key. And I know it's not perfectly placed, but I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to add a black stroke so you can see it. But now we can center it the way we want, right? And look at how perfectly that fits. And the reason why it fits so well is because my original path right there, my original shape now is a path. I use my Alt key to size that out. Okay, so the text was actually written with that in mind. Okay, now if you're not using the Alt key, now would be a good time to do it, because if you're just using a regular circle for something like that, chances are of you recreating the circle the way you needed it to be, you're really gonna have a hard time doing that. Chances are it's not gonna work the way you want it to. All right, and so from here I can design my second badge any way I want to. So I can come here. I'm going to start a new layer. Actually, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go to layer 3. There we go. Alright. And I'm just going to, fix this up the way I want it. Okay. Make sure that I'm on layer 3. I'm going to go for another ribbon. Or maybe not. Let's see. I know what I'll do. change this up dramatically. I'm going to run the tablet here. My move tool. And I do need to shrink this a little bit because it's in the way. There we go. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to add an anchor point. Right there. And those purple lines right there actually help me and tells me that it's right in the center. Bring it in. Something like this. So what you saw me do was manipulate my layer so that this actually falls behind the circle. Okay. And now that I have this, I was going to copy it, but I'm not. I'm just going to create a new one. Still the same color. Something like that. And you can see how it falls behind. Just move it in a little bit. I could add another effect to this one if I wanted to. I don't know that I want to. But maybe that is my second badge. Okay. And so that is, in a nutshell, what we are going to cover today in class. So first place, second place, and third place, you're going to be responsible for creating 3 badges. Now one of the badges is going to have to use text on a path, and the other badges can be just what we've kind of picked up in class, designing and using shapes using shapes to create other shapes, basically. All right.